So Jared, I did something that I'd never done before on Saturday.
Okay.
Went and played at an X Golf.
Oh, yes. Yes, I heard about this.
Yes.
I did not participate, but yes.
Yeah.
How was it?
So our nephew was turning 21, but he's not typical, and he really likes golf. So that's what went and did.
I don't like having a nephew that's 21. That's crazy to me,
But
but
I
yeah.
have two of them real soon.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, so this X Golf, which it's a lot of fun. At least the one in Frederick that we played at.
Like newer technology, right?
Yeah, so you were using a real club with a real ball and a real tee, all those things. And they have like, AstroTurf kind of grass there. And you just hit it, and there's like a soft, kind of fabric type thing that catches it and makes sure it doesn't like go anywhere. But that's also what they project the whole screen on. So you look like it's like a video game looking like where you're shooting, but then they have all these real courses. But then it has all these sensors to track that ball so that it accurately sends your ball where you swung.
Nice.
Yeah. So, all I'll say is our sister and nephew was pleasantly surprised and
how well you did.
Impressed. They're like, "Oh, Uncle Josh is pretty good. We should."
You can become a golfer in your older age.
It is the way that people network and do business. So
that is true. Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, it's so time consuming though.
You can be like John.
But it also could be what?
You can be like John Hamm and Landman. Like this is just talking on the phone and golf.
Yeah.
That could be you one day.
Yeah, it could be me one day if I play my cards right.
Exactly.
No, I just I don't know. It's time consuming, but I also have a feeling like is it just like this random beginner's luck of just like
right, because it's very different than just like when you go putt golfing.
Yes. No, but I've played golf real golf a couple times here and there over the years, and every time I do, I like do decent. Like it's not
nice.
Now again, like people that are
How's
really good.
Form?
I guess my form's good. I don't know.
No notes when on Saturday. No notes.
No notes. No.
All right. That seems to be the most important thing.
Yeah.
According to Larry David in Curb, he goes through great lengths to improve his form.
It is about technique and not so much. It's the same with like batting as well.
Yes.
Like so much of it's technique. I mean, yeah, strength is involved, but until you have the technique down, like it doesn't matter how hard you swing, it's not going to really do much. So it's very similar. But I enjoy it. It's just like time consuming and inexpensive. So normally and then another thing I did for the first time that I'd never done before.
Okay.
Beer pong.
You've never
actually played
beer
never
pong.
actually played, and I played for the first time, and my team won. It was two guys versus two other guys, and I think I got all but one of the cups out.
Nice.
So again, beginner's luck. I don't know, but
you didn't have the college days of beer pong, I guess.
No.
Yeah.
No. Hey, welcome back to Screen Time TV, podcast about movies and TV shows and streaming things.
Yes.
I'm your host, Josh, and how much of this was your idea, Jared? 300% or 400%?
350.
This is my co-host, Jared.
Let not weakness live in your veins, Josh.
I mean, never.
No. Good, more good things from Kier, even though it's a cult, it seems. Still some valid, some valid insights.
I also have, I could not with a razor to my throat be less interested in being your family.
Oh, yeah. That was a good one. My other one is just the work is mysterious and important.
Yep. That was good too. So these quotes all of them from Severance Season 1, Episode 4, which we're doing the rewatch.
Yep.
If you have any comments or feedback to give us, please email in at feedback@screentimepod.com, or you can leave a comment on YouTube or Instagram, Reel, Shorts,
TikTok.
Yep.
Yeah,
all the things, all the platforms we're on.
Yep.
But so today, besides Severance as our main thing, we'll do Based or Waste.
Mm-hmm.
To move your TV today.
Tune in to find out.
Oh, stay tuned.
Yeah.
And then a little bit of what we've been watching, which my list is actually finally small again.
Okay.
It's a busy time. But before that, a little bit of feedback. So last week we made a joke about homeschoolers, kind of a derogative joke. Those that are watchers and viewers and listeners, whatever, might not know, both Jared and I were homeschooled our whole entire lives through high school. So
that's
really,
why we made the joke.
were making fun of ourselves.
Yes.
just
not
so
other people.
We didn't want to insult any other homeschoolers out there.
No. We were the weird homeschool.
Yeah, we were the weird ones. Still are.
Yeah.
Also, the comments about what is a sci-fi, what determines a movie or TV show as a sci-fi. Someone wants to know, Jared, is Firefly sci-fi? The TV show Firefly.
Okay, so not just definition overall. So is Firefly sci-fi?
Mm-hmm. In your opinion?
Well, is it sci-fi or hard sci-fi?
Oh, okay. So the distinction.
I would say it is hard sci-fi. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've never seen it, so I can't comment.
I haven't seen all of it, but yes, I'm aware enough about it. Yeah.
All right. And then just also someone mentioned we talk a lot about some of these great sci-fi shows. Some are hard sci-fi, whatever you want to categorize them as.
Josh doesn't think so.
On Apple TV Plus. And those of you that don't have Apple TV Plus, there are plenty of ways to get at least 3 months for free, especially if you buy an Apple device. But there's other ways.
Or at least a month.
Yeah,
sometimes
months,
3.
But a lot of times 3. But even some of the cell phone carriers, I think, carry it as a free option. Like you can sign up through them and you get it basically forever as long as you have.
But even if you just sign up for it, they'll give you some time for free. And also, I think it's still one of the cheapest of all the streaming.
Correct. Yeah. I think it's still under $10.
I would argue they're one of the best.
Definitely for sci-fi.
I think overall, I mean, they have some of the best stuff.
There's great stuff on there, but no one has done in the last 5 years. Like no one's done the level and quality of sci-fi that they have. So
yeah, not really.
With Severance being in there, if you consider
not sci-fi. I knew you were going to say that.
And then last, did anyone catch the Easter egg at the end of the episode last week?
Oh yeah,
please
let us know
if you go back and check it out and let us know that you if you know.
I added a post-credit scene to last week's TV pod, so check it out. That was for Severance episode 3.
Yeah, the rewatch.
Yep.
All right, let's get into what we've been watching.
Thank you for feedback.
Oh yeah, we appreciate the feedback.
Yes,
keep it coming.
Yes,
keep it coming.
Yes.
All right, what have you been watching?
Maybe this is this first in a while. Maybe I have a longer list than you.
Probably.
Interesting. It's been a minute since that's happened. So I guess I'll start then, probably, because you probably don't have.
I basically haven't been home hardly ever.
That's right.
In the last week, from things going on in the evenings to
how many items total do you have?
The whole weekend. 2.
Okay.
And they're just really like the quick comments on the 2 shows I've been watching.
Well, let's see if there's some crossover.
Did you get caught up on?
Yeah, I did get caught up on something. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
Well, let me start with my first one because it's something new.
Yep.
Black Doves on Netflix.
Okay. I have this on my list to check out, but
it's not on your list today.
No,
Okay.
because I didn't get it.
All right.
Didn't have time to.
Okay. Yeah, this is on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
Another British spy show, just like The Agency. This one's different, but yeah, this is Keira Knightley and Ben Whishaw. Just a really cool vibe, very Christmassy, so it's a perfect time to watch it. It's only 6 episodes, so you can watch it pretty quick. So standard, like British.
Are they about an hour? Or are they 30 minutes, 45 minutes?
Yeah, 45.
Okay.
Around that.
So maybe
yeah.
they were originally made for TV with some ads.
I don't know about that because it's pretty violent. I don't know how mainstream TV it could have been, but yeah, but it's a really great time to watch it. Yeah, it's very Christmassy. It is also in a different way, but kind of reminds me of John Wick a little bit, which I love John Wick.
Yeah.
It doesn't lean totally into that, but there's elements of that in it, which is really cool. And I really like it so far. And I'm not finished with it yet, but yeah, wanted to shout it out. It is it's very fun. So yeah,
Cool.
check it out.
Looking forward to checking it out. I also have The Agency on my list too to check out.
Oh, I was hoping you watched it.
If I had time, I would have.
Yeah.
It didn't.
Okay. Get all your British spy stuff in for next week.
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. You might be busy
It's
the
that
rest
time
of the year.
man.
You think you'd have some downtime, but you're gonna be working
Yeah.
probably the rest of the year.
Yeah, I've got projects happening.
We will be watching something for next week though, together actually.
Oh,
We will have
that's
something.
right. I forgot. Yeah.
Yeah.
We
One
will.
thing at least.
Yeah. All right. Well, so
Yeah, what do you
what
got?
I have is episode 4 of Silo and Dune Prophecy. It's the only thing I also
Okay.
watched. There's only 2 other things I watched besides.
I didn't watch either one of those, so
Okay. What'd you catch
I'm-
up on?
something else.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm surprised you didn't catch up on. But I am interested. Like I said, you can spoil these for me if you like. I just because I will watch Silo eventually, but I'd still like to know, like, what's going on with that. And Dune, I don't know because I kind of was out last week.
Yeah. So I can touch on Dune.
Okay.
I'm enjoying it still because this episode again was a lot like the 3rd episode, where it was like a lot more of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's what I
but
didn't
not as
like.
much flashback. It was a lot
Okay.
more present day.
All right, that's better.
But it, like a lot of the, because at the end of that episode 3 where she shows up like to see her uncle again,
yeah.
and of course it's present day, so then it's like a lot of that stuff. And yeah, so I thought it was good. Again, I think they are getting these 2 episodes really starting to get into like the more actual dynamics and the political stuff, which is interesting to me.
How does the plot feel at this point? Because it's like there's 2 more episodes and that's it.
I feel like
How are they
this is
gonna?
definitely planned. So I think there's 2 things happening
Okay.
here. I think one, it's definitely set up that it can do multiple seasons. I think must be the plan behind the scenes. I think also this had to be written as an 8 or 10 episode thing that then had to get cut down for this.
Seems to be, yeah.
Those are the 2 things I think are going on.
Well, we talked about it. There was a lot of troubled production with this show in general.
Whatever that means.
Well,
They say that about lots of things.
that is true.
It's like,
And stuff still ends up being good,
sometimes it goes both ways. So
Like I think originally even Denis Villeneuve was going to be involved in this and he completely dropped out. So that's not a good sign.
it could just be like,
Scheduling. I mean, I know he's besides Doom Messiah that he's working on. I think he's working on another movie too.
It could be you're right. Yeah, it could just be simple as like he had good intentions, where it's like
Right.
I'd really like to be involved, and so that's what gets put out there. He's going to be involved, and then like
Yeah.
it comes down to it when they're like, okay, we need to start working on this, and then he's like, I got these things going on. I don't think I'm gonna have the time. I'm really sorry. And then suddenly he's not going to be involved. Oh, what's wrong? And you're like, it could be nothing's wrong.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's why I hate that kind of crap in the rumors. And even when they're like, oh, there's trouble.
No, I
you know,
agree.
I'm like, I don't even read that stuff normally because
Yeah.
I just hate it. Because it's like, there's no way to really know.
No. Well, we will see soon. Severance season 2 had a lot of complications.
Did it?
Yes. Not only involving with the strikes, there was drama on set apparently. Again, this could be all rumors, but just stuff that I've heard. I've heard a lot. There was a lot involved with, which also furthered it being almost 3 years of a time gap between the first season. So, I mean, I have faith. It's one of the best shows ever, I think. So I have faith that. By the way, there's a full trailer now for it.
Yeah, no, I'm not watching it.
I know. I figured you wouldn't. I couldn't resist.
Yeah,
but I won't talk about it. But it's very exciting. But yeah.
Well, I haven't heard any. I mean, I knew that it was delayed because of the strikes and COVID and like all these things really played in heavy into why it's taken them so long to. But I know they had like some.
Yeah, there was something on set even. Yeah, like I don't know.
Egos.
I mean, there's a lot of big talent in this show, so potentially, I don't know.
No. The Silo episode 4.
Yeah,
season 2.
How's that going?
It's going good. It's still like the pacing's a little slower, but it's still interesting. This one wasn't as slow as like episode 3 was. So I think it was still good. I think it was good. I think episode 3 was like I want to say the weakest, but was just a little bit more like slower than this one had some stuff that happened. It's a little bit interesting what's going on, and because we're still 2 different silos.
Yes.
Right now, so we're going to go back and forth. Some stuff's going on in both, and so yeah, it's moving along at the right pace for something that has 10 episodes. So
right,
yeah, it feels about right.
Okay, all right. So that's it.
Yeah. Only other thing just wanted to shout out. Speaking of sci-fi on Apple TV Plus.
Be careful with your next words. Is it going to be sci-fi?
I know. The Gorge trailer.
Oh yes,
did you watch this?
Yeah, I saw this trailer.
Yeah,
I was looking forward to this movie anyway.
Yeah, Anya Taylor-Joy and Miles Teller.
Oh, yeah,
as the leads.
There's someone else in it too. I want to say.
Yeah, but they're the
main two.
Yeah, and
love.
This looks really good. This looks really good.
It does. Not sci-fi though. For me personally, I don't think it's sci-fi.
I don't know. To be honest, like I only said that partially to trigger you.
Yeah.
But it's somewhere in the horror.
Josh trying to get the views. He's trying to get arguments started with me, so we get
like until we actually watch it.
Yeah.
For me I would say it's somewhere in the spectrum of horror, sci-fi, or fantasy. Somewhere in there. There's like. Because there's like some, or
it could go a lot of those,
or like
ways,
or not. Maybe horror is not the right word. Actually, not terrestrial. The spiritual, like kind of. There's a term you said. And I'm not just anyway. It's fine.
Spiritual,
like the. Anyway,
religious.
No, not religious, but like
ethereal realm. I don't know.
Yeah, kind of like that. Like where it's like there's like things that are from like ghosts or like whatever. Yeah, that
afterlife.
Yeah, something. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, things like that. So it's doing something in one of those, but it just
I was gonna watch it just because I love both of those main actors a lot. So
for sure. You got anything else on your?
Yep, I got 3 more.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Well, this next one I'll be very quick because I've only watched the first episode. But Secret Level on Amazon.
Okay,
finally just came out.
Got it on my list.
Got it on the list. Yeah. I didn't realize it's only half of the season they put out. I thought it was just the whole thing. I think next week they're putting out the other half, so it'll all be out
by the time I get around to checking.
Yeah, it's a big season, but they're short. I mean, they're like 15,
and they're all standalone or anthology episode things. Yeah.
All based on a video game IP. At least this first one that I watched was it was like 15 minutes long. It was about Dungeons and Dragons, which was really cool. And it said in the description, it was like to celebrate the 50th anniversary, which I was like, man, that's Dungeons and Dragons, D&D has been around for 50 years now.
Wow.
Which is amazing.
Wow.
But So the main thing I just wanted to say is just it's incredible what they do.
49 does the Karens from churches have been.
Yeah, that too. It's just like it's incredible what they do with the CG in these type of shows because it reminded me a lot of Love, Death, and Robots.
Yes.
Which is just like some of the stuff they did in those episodes too was like it looked almost photoreal, and there's this at times it feels the same way, which is really cool.
Yeah, very cool.
So that was kind of the main thing I wanted to mention. But yeah, this is cool. I'm looking forward to it because unfortunately, no Souls properties in it. No Elden Ring, no Dark Souls. But From Software, the video game company, they are doing an Armored Core episode, which is another IP they have. So I'm looking forward to that one. Haven't watched it yet. But yeah, cool so far.
Okay. I'm looking forward to checking it out myself.
You can blow through it. I mean, I am assuming all of them are probably 15, 20 minutes. Yeah. Okay. Last two, we're going to go to the man of the people, the Taylor Sheridan universe.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I have not watched this week's episode. Otherwise, I'm caught up.
On Lioness?
No, not Lioness.
Landman?
Landman.
Okay. I was wondering if you got caught up on either one because these are my last two are about Lioness and Landman.
Yeah.
Lioness just finished its second season, and I finished all of it.
Nice.
And it was a great season, I thought. Kind of crazy ending. A little bit unexpected.
Okay.
I won't spoil anything, but
yeah, I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, very cool. Sicario style, like we talk about with the show, like action scene in the final episode.
Nice.
But yeah, overall, I thought the season was great. And so you're how far behind are you on Lioness?
I'm trying to remember because I haven't watched in a few weeks. So
okay, so you got a few.
Yeah, I probably watched through episode 3, maybe 4.
Oh, so you're only halfway through. Yeah, there was 8. So okay. And Landman?
I'm caught up other than the new episode that came out on Sunday. I haven't had a chance to watch that.
That was the 5th. So reason why I wanted to touch on Landman again too is I watched all 5 now that are out. And this is a 10 episode show. So we're halfway through the season. Okay. So I wanted to mention it again.
It's good.
It is.
It's like pointless, but it
is pointless too. Yeah, you're right. It's like there's no like we're just like hanging out with these people, and it's like
and mainly Billy Bob Thornton.
Yeah,
but like you're like
I'm just very conflicted on the show because it's like I still am watching it and I'm still very entertained, but like there are moments where I'm like, this shouldn't work. Like there's still too much country music. I will emphasize that again. Really bums me out. There are even some like cringy dialogue moments, I will say.
Yeah.
That I'm like, why are we doing this? But I still like the show. Yeah. It's weird.
Yes.
I don't know how to explain it, but
I'm with you on that. It's like I don't know if it's the I don't know if it's like lower expectations because it's not some like
it's hard to explain. Yeah.
Because it's not some like has high profile, like, has IP connected to it or something. So you're like,
but he still gets the big actors like he does in all the shows.
Right. No, it's like, but then you have these great actors that are like able to deliver, even if the line's cheesy, and it kind of works because it's people that are saying it that can pull it off. And yeah, I don't know. Like I just, the scene with the lawyer when she let those guys have it in the deposition room.
That went on for so long.
They ran. Yeah.
That was funny. Yeah.
It was funny though.
It was.
It was a standout scene.
I don't know. It's like, so his ex-wife, who is Ali Larter, I forget, that's the actor, but,
what her name is in the show.
Yeah, I don't remember, but
I don't remember what his name is either. I just know it's Billy Bob Thornton.
Yeah. I have it written down anyway, but she's just, the character she's playing is just ridiculous on this show.
Yeah. But like also there's people like that.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. So like
I mean, same with his daughter too.
100%. Yeah,
Like-
yeah. And they're not yeah, and they're not like people you like, I mean, which is why he's like, yeah, I need to stay away from you. You know, like,
Right. That was my point. I was like, okay, like I get why they're in some way I get why they're divorced. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
But then also the other thing, there's just ridiculous elements to the show. Like just the fact that there's a drive-in coffee shop
well, those are real.
that have half naked women
Yes.
making it. That's real.
That is
Okay.
real.
I was not aware of that.
I've seen ads for them before.
Really?
And I was like, where are these at? This is crazy. But and then
Maybe it's a Texas thing.
I don't know if it's Texas, but I know they exist.
Okay.
I'm sure the name on that one is different. Like they probably called something different, but
Anyway, it's just like scenes like that. I'm like, is this just he wanted to throw it in there? But
yeah,
I didn't realize it's a
like
real thing.
Hooters or that's
Sure,
the same idea, but like for a coffee shop.
I mean, it's a genius concept. Like, why not do that? But yeah, it's just funny seeing like those scenes because we see it a couple times. They make a point of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just with all of his shows, Taylor Sheridan, he's got a very interesting style.
So what I would say is, at least in this show and like I still haven't watched Yellowstone, but
yeah, I didn't really like it.
But like this, like one of the things I think he's doing good at world building. This like, even though it's like a very different, but like building this world of like this is what it's like being in Texas with these like oil companies and working in that industry and
true,
and then just that whole culture around that and
well, I mean,
they pulling out those things that are like the way that even just with the, but then also like private jet just bringing you know whatever like just the way that they build that world and that's why it's interesting. I think the characters are good.
Yes, but you see also, I mean, he does a good job at showing how dangerous it is too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Which is crazy. But yeah, so just wanted to give an update on that too. But yeah, I'm gonna keep watching it. It's funny. I think I watch every show of his except for Yellowstone, which was the first one. I just didn't really like that one, but I like pretty much everything else he's done so far. So yeah.
So maybe it's not. Maybe it's some of the people on that one you just don't like.
Potentially, I don't know. But yeah, that's it on my list.
Okay. Well then, it's time for Based or Waste.
It's time for Based or Waste.
Vamp for a second, Josh, while I get this.
So
We got the whiteboard.
We got the whiteboard. So you
we want to do it like
keep
this?
track of my score. Yeah.
Yeah, for audio listeners, they're not going to understand, but
We can still tell them what the end results are. This way, we'll tally up my score as we go.
Yep. All right. Welcome back to Base or Waste. Thank you for people commenting about the show finally in some way.
Yeah, we got feedback.
Yeah,
from
we got
couple
a few
people.
things. Yeah.
One was on YouTube, one was an email, both liking this segment. So
Yes.
it's rapidly becoming the hottest game show this side of the Mississippi.
I hope so. Yeah. So this is Based or Waste. We go off of whatever's trending on Rotten Tomatoes, and we go off the audience score for a TV show or movie. And Josh guesses if it's good or bad, if it's Based or Waste, and play along at home.
Let's see if you are better than me.
Well, Josh
worse.
is redeeming himself. At least he did last week a little bit. So we'll see how today
had
goes.
a low streak there for
You
few
did
weeks,
for
but-
a few weeks. We are back to TV shows. So I'm not sure if you. Okay, Josh is more confident with TV shows. I'm wondering which.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't really know either, but
Okay.
yeah,
Let's get into it.
you should. Yeah, you should be familiar with a decent amount of these also, or you have them on your list to watch. So, ready? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay,
Been ready.
I was born ready. All right, number one that you should be very familiar with, Star Wars Skeleton Crew.
Oh,
Season 1.
I'm going to say based.
Yes. 83. All right, let me make these bigger. That good? Yeah, that should be fine. Yep. 83. All right, the next one is The Madness, Season 1.
I don't know this one.
This is some Netflix thing.
I'm
not sure.
I'm going to say waste.
You are correct. 47. All right. Starting strong. I'm going to get these.
It's already getting smaller.
I know. I naturally just get, yeah, as it goes.
I was meaning like make a big, because you can go straight and then you cross you have 5.
I think it's the angle I'm also doing. I'm just like.
I could also do the scoring. You want me to do the scoring?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, you're looking at the next one.
Next one is Creature Commandos.
Also don't know what this is.
I think it's an animated show of like, I think something old that they're like
Bringing back.
Yeah.
Let's say based.
Yep.
Man.
81.
Wow.
All right. Don't get too cocky yet, Josh.
I
know. Next one is, this is going to be the whole show.
Mhm.
La Brea. I believe that's
I don't know what
Spanish for the hole or the cavern or the ravine. This was I think it was on a major network. It was like NBC or something. Ended recently. I didn't really watch it, but I don't know why it's trending right now. Some people would consider it sci-fi. I would not.
Okay. I'm going to say waste.
Yes. 42. Okay. Got to make sure Josh isn't cheating. I'm going to hide my phone a little more. A little suspicious now. Josh is doing a little too good.
Uh-huh.
All right, we have 6 more. Yeah, 6 more. This is also going to be a whole TV show. Superman and Lois. I think this just finished, finally.
This is finished too.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to say based.
Yes, 83. Yeah. All right, perfect streak so far. We're halfway through.
Mm-hmm.
This next one, season 1 of anime that's just very, very popular right now. Because a lot of anime doesn't show up that high trending, but this is Dan da Dan is the name of this anime.
I'm just going to go on a whim and say
yeah,
based.
you have no idea.
Based.
Yes, 95. Yeah, anime has a good track record for the most part.
Especially if it trends.
Yeah, if it's trending, yeah. Like when JJK finally comes back, Jujutsu Kaisen, like that's going to be on there. Because there's some that just transcend people that, they'll watch it even if they're not anime people.
Yeah.
All right. The Terminal List, season 1. Did you watch this?
I did not.
This is Chris Pratt's like military show.
Yeah.
It was pretty good when I watched it. I didn't watch all of it, but yeah. But did everyone else think it was good?
Yeah, I know. That's the question.
That is the question.
It's Chris Pratt. People like Chris Pratt, I think, right?
People do like him.
Let's say based.
I would say he's also a man of the people.
Yeah. Yeah.
When is he going to get, is Taylor Sheridan going to get him in a show one day? That's a perfect combo. I could totally see that happening.
Yeah, actually that needs to happen.
Yeah.
That would be good.
All right, you were right. It is based. 94. It's very high. Okay. Can he do it? Can he do the perfect score? We have 3 more.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're familiar with all 3 of these.
Okay.
Final ones.
That's
somewhat
helpful.
Yeah.
Normally.
So this one is Evil. This is the entire show because it's also just recently ended. I know you're familiar with this.
Yeah,
at
I've
least.
never watched
So you haven't watched it. Yeah.
Let's say based on that.
86. Yeah, I liked it. I didn't watch much of it yet, but
okay.
all right. Black Doves, season 1. By the way, this also, I didn't mention, this already got renewed. So it's doing well. But did everyone like it? It's been viewed a lot, at least, but that's because Netflix.
I'm going to say based.
Yeah, 72. Okay,
Almost
here we go.
the perfect score. Man, it's been a while since I've done that.
It has been a while, yeah.
Now that I say that, I'm going to miss this last one.
Yeah, you shouldn't. Yeah.
Jinx myself.
All right, final one. The Agency.
No, I'm going to say based on that.
Correct.
Yeah.
90.
All right.
Man.
Perfect score.
Yeah. You didn't even have to carry out the rest of the year for this. You redeemed yourself before the end of the year. Nice. Okay, I think maybe TV shows is your expertise.
Well, it also helps that there's more. It's not like an episode of a TV show. That would be hard. Just like you know, like there's more to it, so that you kind of have a better balance of probably the score, right? Like it's not
of the audience as opposed to just an hour and a half or 2 hour
film.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah,
all right.
Nice. All right.
Cool. Well,
congratulations, Josh.
Ding 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 ding.
There you go.
Perfect
Put it up on
score
for the audio listeners. Yeah, watch the video. All right, awesome. That has been Based or Waste. Tune in next week. Let us know how you did. Also, did you also get a perfect score?
Yeah, or what score did you get?
Yeah.
Even if it was not mine, you know. Hey, 7 or 8 is very, very good. All right, so let's get into Severance, season 1, episode 4. The You Are. Do you know who the You Are is, Jared?
I don't know. Well, first off, did you see is this book real?
I didn't look it up.
I didn't either.
We were talking about it last week.
I
I forgot.
I know, but this is a seminal episode for that. It's based, I mean, the name of the episode is the book.
Yes.
Write in, let us know
if
you know anything about this book.
All right. Irving finds an intriguing book at work. Helly aggressively pursues a meeting with her Audi. Mark attends a funeral with Miss Selvig.
Yeah.
All right. How you feeling about this episode?
Same as every week. I love it.
Yeah. No, same.
I'm not gonna be able to say much every time we do overall thoughts.
No. I just kind of want to. I want to leave it open so that if there is something to say.
Sure. Yeah.
But I mean, like, just keep being pleasantly surprised that my expectations are being exceeded on this rewatch.
Awesome.
It's kind of
is it growing even more like as the season goes? Because I know it did for me even initially. And
yeah, I mean, like, yes, yeah, and
cool.
it's
is it in your top 10 of all time?
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
for sure. Me too.
All right, well, let's get into this episode.
I am. I'm confident just because of everyone involved with the show. Like season 2 is going to deliver. But we were talking about last week. A lot of pressure. And also a buildup of almost 3 years of people anticipating it too is
this makes it worse. Yeah. All right, so we get more of the PD's phone and the blocked number, a bunch of missed calls from a blocked number.
Yeah,
which is mysterious. And I honestly, again, it's one of those things like I don't remember.
That's cool that you forget some stuff. I
remember
remember everything in the show.
Like 3 years, like, and
I should have not watched it, but I rewatched it since then. So like I have it a little more fresh in my head. But cool. Well, yeah, I think last week you weren't sure about Petey. You were saying you're like, is he dead?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But
we found out this episode.
He's
dead. Yeah. I love the shot when Mark walks out of the bathroom and it's like this frame of the cubicle kind of up in the frame as like the lower third of the frame, and then Irving like walking over to him, and it's so symmetrical, and I just wanted to,
there are some like incredible shots in this episode, and I want to mention my first note is this is the first one that's not Ben Stiller.
That's correct.
So this is the first one that's I'm going to butcher this name. I apologize in advance. Aoife McArdle.
Okay.
She's Irish. That's all I know. She hasn't done much. And I know you mentioned this. I think you might have talked about it even when the show first came out, like such a big deal that like, I guess Ben Stiller found this director and brought her onto the show.
This director?
Yeah.
I remember the cinematographer being, because the cinematographers also didn't have a lot of other things other than a few like French films.
Oh. I did not look that up. Oh, you're right. I'm getting it. Yeah.
She's a female. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, this is definitely a director when I looked her up.
No. I mean, this is when it changes.
Yes,
Directors.
right. Because we talked about the 3 middle episodes. Mm-hmm. So Act 2, essentially.
Yep. And then Act 3, he's back.
He's back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so I wanted to mention because I did look her up because I wasn't familiar. So she mainly has just done some commercials for GQ, Honda, and PlayStation. It's just like little random things like that. She's done
Don't talk down on commercials.
I'm not, especially GQ, Honda, and PlayStation. That's pretty great.
It's no Martin's potato rolls, but you know.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. we know them very well. Yeah. She did a few music videos, and then only thing she's directed besides these 3 is a show called Brave New World, which was semi recently. She did 2 episodes of. So she's hardly done
pretty
TV.
green. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, well, cinematographer, whoever it is, there's some incredible shots in this.
Yes.
So
yeah, no, I said once again, it was interesting. I just had that note because that opening shot, and then there was several others where it's like, again, the really strong play with the symmetry and all those things with the being on the severed floor, which honestly, this episode takes place a lot on the severed floor.
yeah, it does.
And I mean, there is a little bit outside.
Or at the funeral.
Mm-hmm. So the next note, I love when Bert shows up in the office and Dylan like reacts with a open stapler, like
he's so
ready
hostile all the time
ready to
towards
defend their grounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He says something like also when he said like, I wrote the directions down, for you. And Dylan says something about like, are you sure about that? He's like, read it to me backwards or something. Or he says something like that. Like, he's so skeptical of anyone outside of microdata refinement.
Yes.
So these optics and design, he's just like fully like just wants to fight.
Mm-hmm. It's like turf wars in the office.
I at the beginning we really get to see a lot more of the psychological effects of the break room.
Yes.
I mean, Helly is basically broken at this point, and they ask her, and she tells, like, "Hey, how many times do you have to repeat that?" And she said 1,072. So crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So then Irving doesn't hesitate to visit optics and design.
Nope.
And like Mark's like, I don't think they meant like right now, right now.
Yes, he's very intrigued.
Mm-hmm. And well, he gets a little closer to Bert in his visit. And on his way back, he discovers a book.
He sure does.
And of course and then when Helly returns from the break room, and then they like her and Dylan find Mark looking at the map, or no, yes, Mark. But anyway, the instance where they find that he's got a map of the severed floor on the back of the photo, they catch him with that, and then of course they try to call him out. he should return. You got contraband and you didn't return it in. There's Dylan.
Yeah, Dylan's the stuff he says is great. But I want to talk about the map a little bit because on this rewatch, so for Petey's map, there's a couple things I noticed this time that I didn't notice before. There's a section that on the side just says, "We're here because we're not all there." So it says that on the side. Bottom left hand corner of it, I thought this was funny. It says, "For research only, not to scale." So that was funny. And then the final thing is, it's somewhere in the map, he's labeled a section called "The Coil ... of Doom." So there's that too.
Yeah, I didn't pause it on there to really.
Yeah, well, I remember doing that when I first watched it, and then just some new things I picked up on this time. And I also want to mention Helly and Dylan talking about the experience from the break room. And so she's talking to Dylan, and she says, "What about the voice behind the door?" And Dylan says, "Crying baby?" And she says, "No, the angry mumbling guy." So they both had two different things.
That's right.
Very different things that they heard when they've been in the break room, which is very interesting.
But anyway, then Irving turns in the book to Mark because he's like, "I didn't want to break chain of command."
Yeah.
And then of course Dylan's like, "Oh man, he kind of makes a side comment about like, there's all kinds of,
it's raining contraband today."
or something like that. Yeah. So, and then Irving's like, "What?" And then like Mark's like, "Don't worry about it."
Oh, so that exact interaction is my next note, because another thing, again, Irving, one of my favorite characters, when they're looking at the book and they're like trying to figure out what's going on, Irving says, "I bet it's a loyalty test. Remember the spicy candy?" And that's it that we get.
Right.
It's just, man.
Yeah, he thinks and Dylan thinks it's something else. Does he think it?
I don't remember what
it like their perspectives are always so different.
Yeah. It's just it's,
what they jumped into.
Right. And it's so just out there. It's great.
Spicy candy.
Yeah. But I mean, it also goes into Irving, like he's so loyal to the company and like just like very rigid. I mean, he talks about like memorizing all the handbook and all this.
Right. And
stuff.
then the later conversation with him and Bert's like, "Well, he can speak in other ways."
Yeah.
And it's like opening his mind to there's more than just the written.
Right. Because they're bonding over the art, because they're both art lovers in general. And he's talking about, him speaking through the art and all that. Yeah.
And then we get the whole storyline with Helly then demanding to be able to record a tape to her Audi by like threatening to cut her fingers off with a paper cutter. Which is, love that the cut and the editing of that, like where she leaves and it's like the POV, she looks down.
That's so cool.
And then he makes the noise at this point that we're used to when the elevator shifts, and then she looks down again and it's a different color disc wrapper.
Yeah, the POV of her.
And then when it shows the elevator open, she looks and she's like, "Oh crap!" Like, and she's like a different shirt color. You know?
Yeah. This is my next note because I love how they portray that, because you see exactly how quick it is. They show the whole process of her going up.
It's like the perspective of a person in.
It's instant for her because it's,
you don't know what's happening. And so the same for us.
Yep. And I love that. Yeah. You see. So yeah, you see then she gets a
disc back. Yeah.
Like a response from
her Audi.
It's crazy.
It's like, no, you're not the real person. I'm the real person.
Yeah. Little evil sounding sometimes. Her Audi.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, and then that she's not happy.
Oh yeah, I think she even says, she's like, "I'm a person, you are not." Like she's very, it's being very cold to her. Yeah.
And then we get we get the stuff with Mark. He finds out Petey's dies, goes to the funeral, and of course, Mrs. Selvig is there, and then they're like, what are you doing here? They both have to lie while they're there. And but this was interesting because we meet his wife and kid, Petey's wife and kid, and then and of course she has to extract the implant,
the chip from Petey, while the video plays of Petey and June, his daughter, playing Enter Sandman. This is my next thing I wanted to talk about. Is I think it's just a great scene, especially the way they cut from that to then what Miss Selvig is doing, and then back to the video. Because, like we talk about, there's so much attention to detail in the show in general. So, like, even having Enter Sandman be the song during the section, very interesting. The parallels to it. I mean, that's about like a kid having nightmares. And kind of being afraid to go to sleep, which we talk about the effects of sleep or like lack of sleep with the innie and the outie. You know, when they're working, like, you know, they don't want them to go to sleep. Irving's even struggling with that sometimes. So like just a really great scene, and how they cut back and forth from the video, and then Miss Selvig just doing this in the other room, which is crazy.
Yes. And then so I don't know what other notes you have, because kind of my last notes are that last 5 minutes of the episode.
Yeah.
Which is kind of, you know, I've got stuff, so I don't know if you have anything else really before that.
Yeah, I got a couple of things. We started to get our first few, well, I guess that kind of goes ending too. I was just going to say, we get our first few little tiny gems from the UUR book. But there's a whole thing at the end, with that. I think one of the, besides the ending, which we'll talk about, I think one of the most beautiful scenes of the episode is after the funeral, Mark going to the tree, where presumably his wife died. It's just a great performance, the music, everything in that scene, and how he still feels about that, even in this moment. You know, he puts his hand on the tree. I just think that's an amazing scene for this episode. And then which I guess goes into the ending, Mark and the wellness.
Yeah, so then Miss Selvig
sculpting,
slash whatever, Colby, what's her name? In the people having two different names is like...
it's Harmony's her first name. It's
Cobell.
Cobell, there it is.
Cobell.
Harmony Cobell.
So Cobell comes back and she mentions he needs a wellness check. I've scheduled it for Mark.
Yeah.
So so kind of have like 4 or 5 things happening at one time here.
Yeah.
So Irving
it's so well done though, the way they
and I didn't catch this as much the first time watching, but this is definitely a hint of the level of editing that then happens in the last episode.
Oh yes.
Right. And so this you've got so Mark's at the wellness check and they start having him sculpt
out of clay the way he's feeling,
which he sculpts a tree, which is like cool in itself, right?
Yes.
Then you've got Irving going back to optics and design, and he finds the door where they have a lot more people and they're doing something else very mysterious that has nothing to do with paintings.
Yes.
And then you've got Dylan who discovers the book and starts reading the book.
The acrostic for is it Destiny?
Yes.
D is for it's like that, yeah.
And then we have Helly who then gets the telephone cord, extension cord, and takes it with her in trash can, and then hangs herself in the elevator.
Yeah.
And I think we even cut back to, which I guess is kind of with Mark's, but like Harmony's watching his wellness check. So
yes, she is.
So they cut between all these like
Which seems like an impossible task to do.
And
it's done so well.
It's done so well. The threads are so easy to follow as a viewer, but yet you're like, and it's building up to this moment where she hangs herself. You find out Mark's thing.
As soon as she hangs herself is it when it cuts too.
But like it all builds up to that, and they do such a good job building up to that, and you're seeing this other thing's discovered, and then she hangs herself and it cuts to black.
Well, and it's also so good how they, over all these cuts, they are, Dylan is reading this acrostic.
Yep.
D is for, E is for.
Yep.
And that just makes it even more impactful.
Yeah.
Because it's all this stuff. It's like very serious what he's reading, and also it's like mind blowing to them because they're like they have no comprehension of this. So anything they read in this book, even if it's something that's probably going to be very pretentious because it's Rickon, it's like it's mind blowing to all of them.
Yeah,
because it's like their minds are not molded in any way. They're fresh, like children. So. My only other thing is I wanted to say, as far as cinematography, that final shot of her is beautiful.
Mm.
I mean, it's disturbing what she's doing, but you know what I'm talking about? The way they block off her eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Such a cool frame, such a unique framing. You see, so it's like, she's standing there. You don't see her eyes. I think it's like nose down, right? Because above that is like, she's in the elevator. And yeah, just an awesome framing. I remember that particular shot always stood out to me. And I remembered it even first time watching it, and obviously now too. But yeah, I want to shout out that shot in particular, which I'm sure is one that probably stood out to you as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it was good. It was another stellar episode.
Stellar, yeah.
No, just so hard not to watch the next one when it's just sitting
I know
there.
it is. I know. I make sure to not until after we record at least, and I'm like, all right, now I can start the next one. Not get ahead. Too much.
Yeah, make sure you can keep that distinction clear. What's in this episode, and for me, like at this point, it's half of it's fresh anyway because like
that's awesome.
I don't remember that much like those details. Obviously, I remember the overall arching story and some of the visuals and like things, but like 3 years is a long time.
I know, and it's gonna be fun, but also tough every week when the show's back.
Mm-hmm.
Just waiting every week.
Yeah.
I did see something about, I don't know if it's accurate because IMDb, I'm not always sure, but it said it was 10 instead of 9.
Okay.
So that's exciting. If there really is 10 episodes this new season. Cool. Weird though. That's another show that we were talking about. 9's like the new norm for TV shows. I don't know why that is, but yeah.
Well, they were one of the early ones to do it then.
Yes, they were. Yeah.
Cool. Well, that hopefully you're enjoying our rewatch coverage of Severance Season 1. Please let us know if you have any thoughts or feedback or things you thought were interesting, or if you watched this episode. You can do that by emailing us at feedback@screentimepod.com or leave a comment on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram Reel, whatever. And
on all of them.
All of them. And
comment on all of them.
Also, please follow us and or subscribe on all those platforms. And if you'd like, you can follow us on Instagram as well. And I'm at JYoungBar.
And I'm at Jared Youngbar.
All right. We'll talk to you guys next week.